Welcome to UFC 258 fight predictions for the main card, Usman versus Burns. Let's get into the video to find out what I chose. But first, the fight between Jim Miller and Bobby Green is now off of the main card and is being replaced by Ricky Simon versus Brian Kelleher. I think Ricky has the movement and grappling advantage enough to be able to stay out of the way of the power of Kelleher, and I think Ricky picks up a decision win. Now let's get into the main card. Pitolo's UFC debut against Julian Marquez. I think Pitolo's stand-up is much better than Marquez, and Marquez has been off for about a year. So I think the striking of Pitolo will do enough to get him a decision win. Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. Gastelum's coming off a 3-fight losing skid, but I think his boxing and stand-up is overall better than Heinisch, and I think he'll outbox him and catch him in the second round. TKO. Should be a good one. Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. Barber, I think, is getting thrown to the wolves again kind of early. She's been off for about a year with an injury. Grasso's boxing, clinch work, ground game's all pretty solid, and I see her grinding out Barber for a decision win. Next up is the main event, Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. The way I see the fight, I think Usman's gonna try to use a lot of clinch and forward pressure to push him up against the cage and lean on him, and I think Burns will be able to withstand most of that. His takedown defense is really good, and I don't think Kamaru's gonna really want to try to get him on the ground because of the threat of the submission game of Burns. But as the fight progresses, I'd say probably third round, I think he's gonna shoot for a desperate takedown, and that's when Burns is gonna be able to catch him in a guillotine or reverse the position for a rear naked choke. I'll show you what I'm talking about using EA UFC 4. Let's get into it.
Welterweight showdown between Gilbert Burns and Kamaru Usman.
Kind of like I'm showing here, I think they're gonna kind of meet each other in the middle, trade jabs, footwork, then eventually they're gonna start pressuring each other. But I think Kamaru, if he doesn't get caught early by something powerful by Burns, which I think he has the better stand-up, I think Kamaru's gonna slowly push him up against the cage with the clinch, try to lean on him, and as you'll see later in the video, I think in the third round, that's when Kamaru is gonna end up shooting for something desperate, and that's how he's gonna get caught in a submission. Because I think his takedown defense is good enough to where Burns won't be able to necessarily take him down easily. I think it's going to be more of something that Usman does mistake-wise that allows Burns to capitalize on it and catch him in the submission.
Trying to stay in this fight. Now goes in and secures the takedown. So he's sort of turtled up here, not great body language. Perhaps he's trying to bait him in a little bit. Working out of side control here. His opponent trying to control posture, but you got to be careful here. Close guard. Nice job keeping busy fighting off of his back. Yet another big elbow landed there by Burns.
He did a great job securing that ankle pick, but he did not react fast enough to secure it.
They will clinch, and we will see which fighter is able to advance their position.
I think the clinch work is something that Usman does really good, but I think even when he does go for takedowns, I think Burns can scramble like he just did here.
Already closes the distance, gets the single collar tie. Well, he's got the longer reach, and he certainly showed it there in landing that straight punch.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Tie. Usman gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get really started. Taken down now by...
Here's how I kind of visualize the fight. I think Usman's going to go for a desperate takedown, most likely up against the cage, because that's where he does a lot of his clinch work. And I think that's where Burns is going to be able to turn the tide, catch him in a guillotine, and finish the fight.
It's in there deep. There you go.
There's the tap.
Oh my goodness. What a performance.
Years of repetitions in the gym to set it up and ultimately get the tap there. Great technique to set up the finish. Let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
Just watch how slowly he approaches the submission, though. He never rushes. He takes his time, but it's his trickiness. It's his ability to trick people into going to the floor with him that puts them in danger and finishing fights.
So there he is, your winner.
2 minutes, 31 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by tap out and
Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop me a like, share, and leave me a comment in the comment section below on what you want to see next. Until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next one.